most people don't actually know how to make money the right way. Most people ask me, hey, Colin, how do I make money? I see you have success. I see you've done very, very well, but they don't know truly how to make money. So I'm going to answer that right here in a quick video, right? So the number one thing that people make a mistake of whenever they're trying to make money is their only mindset and their only thought process is, hey, how can I make money? And what really they should be thinking is, how could I create value to other people? And then in proportion, you get paid for the value you bring to someone else, right? So that's a totally different, I guess, idea, but money is a number. And obviously I have other videos and I have very strong opinions on money as a whole, right? But look, you need to have money in our society now. And if you look at like what's going on, everyone's trying to have more control over you and things are only getting tougher and tougher, right? Money obviously has decreased in value in, I guess last 20, 30 years, if not even longer. And in reality, most people don't know how to make it. So like they don't have any, and then they try to make it, but in reality, they don't know how to make it because of multiple reasons. And I'm going to explain that in this video. So there are three main reasons why people don't know how to make money. And I'll kind of base this off like the percentage of people who are trying to become or aspiring entrepreneurs, you can call it, right? So 5% of people who are trying to make money are stupid. And I know it's true. Like it is honestly true. And basically what I'm saying is 95% of you guys watching this video are smart enough to figure out how to make money. But there are like a very small percentage of people who are just so dumb, they have no chance. And whether it's because of their past or things they've done or just the knowledge they have or anything they have done in their past or like anything in society that has portrayed them to be that way. And basically what I'm saying is you're around family your whole life that they're not very smart. You know, you're around people who are not educated. So in reality, if you're on people who are not educated, you're probably not going to be educated either. Right. So that's about 5%. The other 60%, so it's the second, is actually probably the most common thing that most people have is something called arrogance. Very simple. Most people are so arrogant, they're not willing to hear out other people's opinions. The most valuable people and the most people, I guess you can call it in other words, the people who become the most successful are the ones who can take mass criticism, a ton of criticism. If you're not able to take criticism, you're not being successful. And that's probably, between 55 and 60% of people don't want to hear opinions of other people. And this is the problem. Some opinions you hear from people are straight up stupid. I'm talking about opinions from people who are smart like me or people who are other entrepreneurs who have actually had success. Those are the people you need to be listening to. But your mom or your dad who is not a business owner, is not a successful business owner, I guess, don't listen to them because they don't know what they're talking about for the most part, right? So I would say between 55 and 60% of people are just arrogant, right? So we'll call it 60% of people are arrogant. You got 5% are lazy. That leaves the other 35%. And that other 35% is lazy. People are lazy as hell. And that's why it's really easy to have success right now because your competition is not as hard as you think if you are able to put work in, right? I'm telling you. So those people who are lazy, most people who are lazy are smart. Actually, I do think there are a lot of lazy people that have success because they find easier ways to have success and they find loopholes. Those lazy people are the ones that don't want to do the same amount of work that everyone else does. They figure out ways around that normal way to have success, right? So anyone can have success. Basically, what I'm saying in this is that 95% of you guys watching this video, approximately, are smart enough and are capable enough to have success, for sure. 5% of you guys, you have to first educate yourself to not be stupid because again, when I'm saying you guys are stupid, it's more like, hey, you're in a spot now where you're not smart enough to make money. There are some people out there who are generally not smart enough to make money and they don't know what it takes. They don't have education. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're just straight up dumb, right? But just because you're dumb right now doesn't mean you can get out of that. You probably can, right? So that's kind of what I'm saying, right? That you guys, everyone has potential. Everyone can live life to the fullest capacity, but you have to be willing to understand that you're in a spot where you need to listen. You need to hear out people like me or hear out mentors who actually know what the fuck they're doing. It's true. Most people who I have seen and most people that you guys have seen aren't living the actual life that you think they're living. And that's kind of the point I'm bringing up is like most people who are watching this video are probably going to fail in business at some point. 100%. But I guarantee you there are a few of you guys watching this video who are paying attention, who actually can take these things and learn. The main point of this thing right now, what I'm saying is the most likely, if you're not having success, it's because you're arrogant. That's probably the most common thing I've seen, because you have arrogance. Then it's laziness. Then it's just you're stupid, right? So those three things will basically, first you got to figure out which one are you. Because if you're not making money, you're one of those three, 100%. There's no other way around it. If you're not having success, either you're not working hard enough, you're not hearing the opinions of others, or you're flat out just not smart enough to do the job. Very simple, right? So you need to diagnose what's going on and you need to figure out how to fix it, right? And I'll kind of shortly explain what you can do for each of them. And they're all kind of very similar actually too. So if you think you're too stupid to have success, which most of you guys aren't, but there are some people that are, it's just facts of true. Start educating yourself. Start learning how to communicate. Start learning business. Start learning how to run numbers up. Start learning how to handle clients. Start learning how to deal with people. Then you'll easily get out of that wave. I swear you'll get out of that wave really, really quickly, like 100%, right? So that's already how you can solve that and get out of that 5%. Then if you get out of that, you're either a little arrogant because you're not having success, or you're just lazy, right? If you're lazy, it means you're not working hard enough. So if you're lazy, if you're in that 35% and you're in the lazy side, all you simply have to do is just work harder. Get your ass out of bed early and work more. It's fucking easy. Like the most people are lazy. I understand it, but that's the easiest one to get out of. Being arrogant is a lot tougher, because I'm kind of in this category. That's where I was, is I really didn't like listening to people. I hated listening to teachers because I felt they were all stupid. I hated listening to my family. I hated listening to friends. And honestly, I was in the right for it. But you do end up finding someone eventually that can help you, that will give you the light that you never thought you would have, right? And that's kind of what happened to me, right? So if you're in that arrogant side, the best thing I could tell you is find some education, learn more. It's kind of similar to the stupid side, but it's a little bit different in the sense of you are very intelligent. The problem is you're not good at listening to other people. You don't want to listen to other people, and you're kind of like, you don't really give a shit, right? So if you're in that spot, a lot of people are in that spot. Good. You can easily get out of that spot, but you just need to figure out what to do and take one step at a time to get there. Because really at that point, you're like, hey, am I running my business wrong? Or my SOPs wrong? Or am I not hiring the right people to work for me? Is something in my business process is wrong? Or something go wrong in my marketing strategy? Is my lead generation off? Like usually there's one thing that's going on that is causing you not to have money and not to make more money, right? Like it's really simple. Like it's business as a whole. It's all really a numbers game. But literally it's like, hey, how much is it going to cost me to get a customer? Okay, great. How can I do that at mass? Great. How do I get the money to do that? Okay. Is it raising capital? Is it working a job? What's that going to look like? Every single problem you're going to have in your life, there's always a solution to it. You just have to go find that solution. And the problem is sometimes that solution may not be exactly what you want. Like it may be a solution that is not the best for the business, but it's the best for the consumer. And you have to do what you have to do, right? So I think like it's just tough because sometimes you will have problems, and that's kind of part of being mature and understanding, hey, we need to figure out how to fix this problem. How do I fix it? Here's plan A. Here's plan B. If that doesn't work. Here's plan C if it doesn't work, and so on, right? So that's kind of the, I guess the three different things that people who are not having success are, I guess, diagnosed with. That's kind of my role of it. Like it's one of those three, absolutely. Because if you're making money, obviously those three things are an issue. But if you're not, I swear to you, it's one of those three, absolutely.